Hello there, this is Mr. Frazier, and I'm going through the quiz corrections for 12.1 through 12.3. Your form is going to look different because you took a different form of the test. I'm going over Form A. The answers will be similar. I'm not going to give you the answers, but I will tell you what you were supposed to be looking for. So when you write the expression in standard form, that means you're supposed to write the highest exponent first, followed by the next highest, and so on and so forth. So from terms with exponents to terms without. Okay, some of these are written in standard form, some of these weren't. This is not standard form. Why? Because -3 is not bigger than 1. So the key is that one of these is not a polynomial because the exponent is negative. And then you're supposed to tell me whether they are monomials, binomials, or trinomials. That's what it means by classify. So it should have been monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. And then you're supposed to tell me the degree, which is the highest exponent. Simplifying. The math work I was supposed to see is that when we're adding, you're supposed to line these up. So you would put 2x under here and -8, 9 here. And then you add your like terms down. The difference with the subtraction is you have to distribute the negative, meaning you have to change all these signs. So then you line them up underneath each other. It would be -3x squared minus 3x plus 3. And then you add straight down again. The boxes you're supposed to, and it tells you to multiply, so you're expecting to multiply. Some of you put the 6u here, which is fine. Well, you're supposed to put 6u and 5, and this would be 3u and -4. And then you do the multiplication. You can't sit next to her. Then you do the multiplication answer sheet on the desk. When you do the multiplication, hopefully you know that when you multiply u and u, things are getting bigger. So when you multiply 2 u's, that means it gets bigger. And then the numbers you just treat as numbers. And you do that Punnett square thing, and then you add like terms at the very end. So the key is making sure you keep track of your positives and negatives. I do the first one for you. There you go. Then you have to combine like terms. So 24u, 15u, you should be able to do the rest. Same thing for B. You can use that exact same process for problem 4, A, B, C, and D. You can do the Punnett square, the same work. Okay, or you had to do it like this. Every line means to multiply. I find the Punnett square much easier, so hopefully you used it. Factoring. Factoring is when we're dividing. These are the very basics. So the first two questions you ask yourself is, can I divide out a number? Can I divide out a letter? Those are the first two questions. So for this one, yes, you would be able to divide out a number and a letter, and hopefully you know that your answer is in parentheses and everything inside gets smaller. This was bonus, don't need to do it. This was bonus, don't need to do it. This was bonus, don't need to do it. Okay. For this one, we ask ourselves, what multiplies to 28 and subtracts to 3? Multiplies to 28 and subtracts to 3. Okay, and we know parentheses, what multiplies to 28 and subtracts to 3. The sign in the front one is going to be positive, and because we're subtracting, the signs are going to be different. And then again, I ask myself, what multiplies to 28 and subtracts to 3? You always put the bigger number in the first parentheses, and then the smaller number in the second. Please remember, when you're factoring, you're not solving for the zeros because you're just factoring. There's no equation, it's just an expression. And all of these numbers in 7 end up being the same. The difference is what's happening with the signs. So in this problem, we're adding, so the signs are the same. This problem, we're adding, so the signs are the same. This problem, we're subtracting, so the signs are different. The bigger number is positive. This time, we're subtracting, the signs are different, and the bigger number is negative. Remember, that sign always goes in the front set of parentheses, so I will do that one. The front set of parentheses, this one's plus, this one's minus, this one's plus, this one's minus. And the second set of parentheses is addition, so the second one's plus. This is addition, so the second one's minus. This is subtraction, so the second one has to be minus because the first one's positive. This one's subtraction, and because the first one's negative, the second one's positive. They're different signs. Those numbers end up being the same, though. All right, so that's a brief review of the quiz. Hopefully you do those corrections. You're able to tell me what you did wrong and have it in to me by tomorrow. All right, have a nice night. Deuces.